Manchester United 4, Real Betis 1. Yes, Manchester United have beaten Real Betis 4-1. Goals from Antony, Weghorst, Bruno and Rashford have sealed the win for Manchester United. There is a lot to talk about. Ten Hag started the same team that got battered by Liverpool 7-0. Was he right to do so? I think the result proved that he was. There is a lot to talk about. Have these players in your mind redeemed themselves from the 7-0? Or have they got a long way to go? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Antony's goal today was amazing. What an amazing goal from Antony. Are we through to the quarterfinals already? Have we got this game wrapped up? There's a lot to talk about, guys. Weghorst, man, this guy huffed and puffed and finally got his goal. Let's talk about Weghorst as well today. There's a lot we can talk about today, guys. Let's get into it. It was a good performance by Man United today. The guys, the boys got the job done. You know, it wasn't always pretty, but I think we are through to the quarterfinals. If you're not... As usual, guys, before we get into the chat, before we get into the conversation, just smash the like for me, turn on your notifications, and as usual, subscribe below. Let's have a chat. It's good to be back. It's good to be back into winning ways after that Liverpool shambles. The Liverpool shambles. It was shambolic. The performance was bad, terrible. I've spoken about this already. Please, you can look back on my previous video. I also believe Ten Hag made some mistakes in the formation, in the tactics. But hey ho, I don't really want to dwell on that game. Let's talk about this game. First and foremost, players, the formation. I'm happy that he chose. I'm happy that he selected the same team. I think it was the right thing to do. After you got beaten 7-0, you have to go out there and prove yourself. You have to go out there and show that you can wear that badge. Show that the result was a fluke. Show the world who you are and what you stand for and flipping the club that you represent. You're decent players. You're good players, So I think Ten Hag did the right thing. The media was obviously on Man United's neck for the whole 3-4 days. And everyone is going to be watching, thinking, what are these players going to do? What are they made of? What steel, what bottle do they have? And I'm glad Ten Hag did it. He said, listen, you guys have to go out there and show them. So that is why I believe he made the right decision in choosing the same team. Some of you guys would have said, don't play this player. Put this player in any under 21s, let him train with the under 21s, drop this guy, drop that guy. And I get that as well. I think, that is, a normal reaction. And a lot of managers would have done that. But what I'm trying to say is I'm happy that Ten Hag didn't do that at the same time, So, but he made tweaks. He did make tweaks to the actual lineup. And then, as the game started, we realized that Bruno, of course, is playing more advanced. But Bruno and Fred were playing as two number 8s while Casemiro was playing as the lone number 6. And instead of a Weghorst playing in the number 10 position, and like I said in my previous video, I didn't agree. I didn't like the fact that Weghorst played in the number 10 because he got drowned out, crowded out by Liverpool midfielders. They were more mobile than he was, and every time he got the ball, he got swamped, right? It didn't work. It's worked in other games quite successfully, but against Liverpool, it just didn't work. So today, Weghorst played up front, in a position I think he should have played against Liverpool. Rashford played on the left and Antony played on the right, which I think is a formation we should have played against Liverpool. And those are the players we should have played in those positions. That's how we started the game. That's how we played today. And I think we started really well. Even before we scored the early goal, I could tell that we were confident. I can tell that we were up for it today, But the goal settled us so nicely. And I think we needed the early goal. Like I said, after the whole Liverpool shambles, to score an early goal at Old Trafford, I think was so important. It was the perfect start. It was a counter-attack, actually. Counter-attack from Man United. Bruno fed the ball to Rashford. And Rashford, the kid's on form, the kid's feeling good. And when Rashford's feeling good, when he's confident, he's unstoppable. You know, he just smashed the ball with his right foot, roof in the net. Great goal from Rashford. Like I said, perfect start. The kid's on fire. We've spoken a lot about Rashford this season. He's still, making some of the same mistakes he was making last season. But at least this season we are playing better footballs. And because we're playing better football, we are giving him more chances. And he's burying them. The way he's connecting with the ball, it's improving as well. His heading ability, of course, he didn't score a header today. But the way he headers the ball, he's not closing his eyes when he headers the ball. He's headering the ball with precision, and he's getting powers into his headers. He's refining his game, and that raw talent is getting refined a little bit more. And I think it's Ten Hag and Ten Hag's probably coaches. And also, like I said, we are playing a more structured way of football. He's being directed. You can tell he's being directed. But anyway, perfect start by United. But that being said, we allowed Betis into the game a little bit, guys. Come on. Betis started having nice little passage of play, little 1-2 triangles. And they started becoming more comfortable. They started playing good football. Betis were playing good football. After we scored, the next 10 minutes was just Betis playing good football and playing good triangles. They didn't really create much. Thank God they didn't create much at that time anyway, of course. But good triangles, passing lanes. But we kept a good shape. We still kept our shape. And that's what I was impressed with. They had good passage of play, but we didn't look threatened. And in fact, we actually created more chances. Weghorst, missed from that Luke Shaw cross. His shot was blocked from that by the defender. And, that's when I was thinking, okay, cool. Should Weghorst have scored? I don't know, you can't say he should have scored because the defender slid and the defender blocked it. But as we're going to talk about more and more in this video, Weghorst, he looks like somebody who's trying a bit too hard. Because he had so many chances today to score. And he did, of course, eventually score. But this guy just looks anxious in front of goal. I don't know. You tell me, guys. Talk to me. But, Rashford had a chance. He was through as well. Probably should have dinked it. Around the 25th minute, we saw Antony and Rashford switch sides. And when Antony and Rashford switched sides, we created even more chances. When Antony and Rashford switched sides in the first half, actually, what we saw was Antony using his left foot on the left-hand side. And he put in a few decent crosses for Weghorst. And I like that. I think we should do that more often. I understand that right now we don't want to concede goals and we need to be more structured. But I remember more at the start of the season, we switched and we changed positions a bit more. We were a bit more mobile and fluid in the way we played. And now it seems as if we've regressed more into a counter-attacking Ollie team as the season's gone on. But, it might be me. You let me know what you think of that. But yeah, we created chances after they switched. And after they switched, the game opened for me. I thought the game opened up even more after the switch. Betis started finding spaces that they weren't finding before. We started finding spaces that we weren't finding before. And in fact, they scored around the 31st, I think, the 30th minute they scored, and was flipping Ayoze Dan Perez from Newcastle. Like, flipping it, why him? And I don't know, guys, you let me know about that goal, because I don't know, guys. That goal, when I watched that goal back, I'm like, somebody has to do more there. Surely, I don't like when goalkeepers are beaten at the far post from that angle. I always think there's something's wrong when the goalkeeper's beaten like that. I don't know if De Gea could have done more. I don't know. But when I look back at it, I'm thinking, Luke Shaw, could he have been closer? Could he have closed him down quicker? Could Bruno have got there? I don't know. It was so disappointing to see a goal like that just go in off the post. But it was a good goal. It was a good strike from Ayoze Perez. As much as I said it was annoying to see it go in, and of course, I'm a Man United fan, of course I'm going to find it annoying. It was a good shot. It was a good shot, and it went off the post as well. So, I had the needle stuff, right? But yeah, 1-1, 1-1, and at that point when it was 1-1, I thought to myself, okay, boys, this is it now, right? I don't want the Old Trafford crowd to go all quiet and silent. You have to get behind the boys, and you have to show your bottle now. You have to. The second half kind of fizzled out though. And in fact, I'll go as far as to say the more the second half went on, we didn't really look like scoring the second. We struggled to keep the ball for large parts of the first half. For large parts. Betis played the better football for large parts. And as I said before, I think the longer the season has gone, the more I see a less possession-based team and a more counter-attacking transition team. And I think we need to keep the ball a lot better. I think that Betis pressed us well. When our defenders had the ball, when Martinez and Varane had the ball, the positions that Betis took up, the pressing positions they took up were really good. I get that. But we still should have moved the ball quicker and moved into different positions and been more intelligent when we had the ball. Also, very importantly, the way the first half finished with David De Gea, in the first half, his distribution, my lord, was terrible. I counted at least 5 times that he just gave the ball to the opponent when he tried to kick the ball. We know David De Gea is the last of the old-fashioned pure shot stoppers, while the new breed of goalkeepers now are required to play with the ball at their feet. I just wish David De Gea was better with the ball at his feet, because he almost gave away a goal. They almost scored the second goal when he gave away the ball, and I think they hit the post, didn't they? We almost conceded. And yeah, David De Gea was just having a nightmare first half. But that was the first half for you guys. That's how I saw it. We started falling into a little shell a little bit. And it's almost as if the nerves started kicking in a little bit. I think the changes, okay, now let's talk about the second half. The changes in that Ten Hag made at halftime were really important. I thought Dalot coming off for Aaron Wan-Bissaka was a good change. Since Dalot has come back from injury, he hasn't looked the same player that he's been before his injury. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka has had he's had good games. He's performed well in Dalot's absence. So I think Aaron coming on in the second half created more spaces for Antony, because Dalot wasn't bombing forward. Aaron is quicker for me. I think he is. He's more dynamic, he's more aggressive. So what Aaron was giving you in the second half that Diego Dalot wasn't giving you in the first half it was pace. He was running in behind. He was running in field, and he was just more aggressive, stronger, pace, power. Sometimes you need a bit of that. And Dalot, like I said, in the first half, he was very reserved. He wasn't giving the overlaps, So that's what Aaron gave us in the second half, which was so important, because we started keeping the ball. We started keeping the ball slightly better in the second half. And that was one of the reasons why. Very early on, we scored our second goal in the second half, the 51st minute. And boy, was it an amazing goal from Antony. And this is becoming Antony's specialty. It looks like this is becoming his special thing. That cut in on the left, smash the ball, curve the ball with your left foot into the bottom corner or the far corner in this instance. Like, that is his thing. He scored at least 3 goals, I think, like this already this season. And he's been criticised for me, over criticised. We have to protect Antony. This guy's 21, 22. It's his first season in the Premier League. I keep saying this. Don't allow these people to make you hate skills. Sometimes he's going to do skills and it's not going to come off. Just like Rashford, just like Mbappe, just like every other footballer in the world. And sometimes he's going to do skills and it's going to come off. He's very one-footed. I will say this, he's a raw talent and he needs a bit of refining. He does. But you can see the talent is there. Don't allow these guys to make you hate this guy. This guy's a baller. What a great goal. How many goals has he scored to win us games? This important games. Barcelona, Arsenal, this game. Like, and people talk about end product when he's coming up with really important goals. Come on, man. Like, let the guy get used to the Premier League. He's got a lot to offer. He does need work. His right foot he needs to have a right foot. He needs to at least want to at least be able to, I don't know, hit the ball with your right foot and cross it in or something. His right foot, I've never seen him use his right foot ever, so I don't know. But yeah, great goal from Antony. And straight after, a few minutes after, Bruno scored. It's interesting, Bruno's goal. Because Bruno scored a header. And against Liverpool, he had the header. And in my opinion, I think he should have scored a header against Liverpool. He was unmarked. He should have scored. And today, he's smashed the header in. Well, you can argue the goalkeeper could have saved it or should have saved it. But today, he scored a header. And it seems like everyone was just doing their thing. He was, scoring a goal he should have scored. Rashford is smashing it in. Scoring a goal he should have scored because he scuffed his shot, when he was through against Liverpool. So it's like, redemption, vindication. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what's going on. But Bruno scored. That was a third goal, and United just felt comfortable. We just felt at ease. I didn't feel like the play just let's let loose, and we just kept balling out. And it was good to see. After the third goal, I didn't feel like United were going to concede. Really, I feel like. After then the tie was over. Antony probably should have squared it, after performing a bit of, I think, 1-2 with Bruno. He should have squared it. He tried to dink it over the goalkeeper, but he dinked it over the net. So that was another chance. We made changes. Luke Shaw and Fred came off for Malacia and Sancho. I think that was a really good change. I haven't seen Sancho play in a while, and Sancho came on the field. When Sancho came in the field, he straight away made a difference. Once again, our ball retention as a football team just improved straight away when he came on, because Sancho has good ball retention. He does. He can hold on to the ball. He usually makes good decisions. His decision making is quite good. He's got good close control. He's a good dribbler, as we all know. And the guy just came on, he just started sourcing and oozing with Antony, and it was just good to see. Sorry, guys. So yeah, Sancho came on, showed his good feet. But Weghorst, Weghorst has to score. When that shot came to Weghorst, around, I think it was like the 76th minute, that when he had the opportunity to score, he just moved literally in slow motion, and it's almost as if he tried to get his whole body set perfectly to score the goal, and that's a sign of a player that's not confident, man. And I was like, oh my gosh. How much chances does this Weghorst guy need to score? Listen, I'm not one of those guys, that I'm not going to come down hard on Weghorst. And the reason why I'm not going to come down hard on Weghorst or criticize him, overly criticize him, in my opinion anyway, is because I can see that he brings other qualities to the team. It's one of those ones where he might not score the goals that we want him to score, but overall, he's a net positive to the team. He's a +10 to the team. He's a -5 for not scoring goals, but he's a +10 for his work rate, his effort, his assist, his drive, and all, his height, his heading ability, all these other things that he brings to the game, his link-up play, right? So
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Interesting. Echo. Shut your mouth. But it's wrong, listen. But yeah, he's still a positive, right? A net positive on the team. So I'm not too hard on him when he doesn't score. However, the type of chances that this guy is missing. To play for Manchester United, you have to score those chances. You do. So I'm gonna say yes. Weghorst he is playing well. He should continue to play. We got no one else anyway. But at the same time, he needs to start putting away those easy chances. However, as we go on to talk about, he eventually scores. And this guy, if Fred comes off and Antony comes off anyway, those changes are made for Scott and McTominay and Pellistri. And yeah, Pellistri's impact actually. This kid just came on and just blew the left back. Was it the left back? That defender, man. He just came. Thing is, I didn't even think Pellistri had anywhere to go. I think, where's he going with the ball? Where's this kid going with the ball? Like, he started running backwards first. Then he started going round and round. I'm thinking, this guy is going all the way round on the outside. Like, that was Antony. Antony's obviously cutting in and he's not wanting to do that. So maybe that's what the other guy is. He's just confused because for all game he's had a right winger that's cutting in on his left all the time. And Pellistri's like, no. I'm taking you down the out. This guy just skinned him down the outside, cut it back. Scott McTominay missed, and there's Weghorst. And even the shot, even the goal he scored, he scuffed the shot. The guy scuffed the shot. But he scored, and I'm hoping, because he scored before, I'm hoping that, because when I look at Weghorst's play, right, I see somebody that until he reaches the last third, he's really good. His hold-up play, like he put Antony through twice. He's a good passer of the ball, and he can see. He's got good vision. He's got good touch. He's got a good way of pass. He can put you through he's nice. But once he gets in the final third and you want him to just smash it into the bottom corner, he just looks like he suffers from anxiety. I'm like, come on, you're a professional football. Like, bury the chance. Don't wait for it to bounce perfectly. Just attack the ball. He's looking like how Rashford used to look sometimes. And I'm like, this is not normal. Like, I want Weghorst to be successful. And I think he will. He's not he won't be first choice, next season. He can't be first choice next season. If we keep him, he would probably be a squad player. But something might, I don't know, a seal might break. A door might be unlocked and this guy might start banging in goals all of a sudden. I don't know. Like, the world life is crazy. Football's crazy like that. That's what I'm saying. But at the moment, he just needs to start scoring. He needs to stop messing around. Sorry. He needs to stop messing around. He needs to stop around and start scoring them goals. But yeah, that's my opinion of Weghorst. He's a net positive to the team. And as long as you're contributing in some way, that's cool. I think the players played well today. It's a long way to undoing that shocking performance, but it's a start. I think United are comfortably through to the next round. If we let this lead slip, I don't know. I mean, we conceded 7, so football's amazing like that, but I don't think so, to be honest, guys. That was just a freak. Some of those goals that Liverpool scored. I mean, Liverpool had 8 shots on target and they scored 7 goals. So that's when that whole game was a freak. But yeah, I think United are through. It was a good performance in the end. Not amazing, but we got the job done. Flashes of brilliance from some individual players. Antony, Rashford's goal was good. Bruno had a nice game today. Still frustrating in large parts. Casemiro had a decent game. Fred had a good game. I like Fred's performance today. I think the defenders had a good game. I think Martinez had a good game today. I don't know if I could single out any individual player. I know in this world we have to give man in the matches and say this player was the best player out of them all. I think a few players played well. Antony played well. Fred played well. Bruno was okay. The thing is, Bruno is interesting because in large parts of the game he didn't play well, but he did. He got the assists. He still got the numbers. He still got, when it mattered, he still played the right passes, even though other parts of his game today weren't that good. So you can never really ignore Bruno. It's never. But who would be my man of the match? I'm going to give it to Fred today. Even though he was subbed off, I think Fred was good in the midfield today. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Fred. Either Fred or Martinez. But there you go. Onwards and upwards, man. That was my outlook on the game. Who was your man of the match? Who do you think performed well? What's your opinion on Weghorst this summer? What's going to happen to him? I haven't really spoken on the whole Man United being bought and the Qatar bid yet, because quite frankly, what is there to speak about other than speculation? I'm not the sort of person that has a channel that just wants to talk about gossip and speculation. I'd rather talk about a football match and analyze the game and talk about what went wrong and all these things and critically think and talk, just expand our brains and just talk football rather than ifs and buts. Personally, I don't want to get into the morality of, who should buy it and who should buy this, because most money's dirty, but I just want somebody who wants the best for the club, to buy the club, invest into the future of the club, and treat the club and the fans with respect. That's it. Don't take the mick. Don't overcharge us. Start charging us £1 million for the replica shirts and all these things. Just give us the football club back. That's it. That's all I want, And whoever that's going to be, let it be. Let it be. Anyway, cut that crap. Anyway, guys. If you're not